So he was coming towards the food, right? She held it stationary. He was coming towards the food, and then as he approached, put his paw out, she moved it away. So what does that tell him?
Oh, okay.
Wrong behavior.
Right.
Right?
Didn't do what I wanted.
Yeah, you told him he did the wrong thing, and then after that he's like, bye-bye,
Yeah.
I'm out of here, okay? So again, that's why you don't want, you want to make sure that you're moving to very specific cues as fast as possible, so that a stationary come to my finger is different than follow my finger, okay? If it's follow, yeah, I'm going to move it away, but that's okay, you know to follow it.
Right.
If it's a stationary, I'm not going to move my finger away because you come to the finger, okay?
So that might...
Max is fascinated with you.
Yes.
Who's this?
Max is
That's Max.
fascinated
He's another one that can really take to the harness.
Do you want it?
And walks around and is inquisitive.
Got it?
And really enjoys it. He's got this sense of, oh, I'm a little scared of my environment. Because he'll go in there and just... But the other cats, especially the cats on the left, the ones that don't like other cats, and they start... He'll freeze and then he'll like look for a way out.
Wait! So, if you go in with him in there, do you have someone working with those cats?
Not at the same time I am.
That's what I mean. Okay?
Oh.
So remember that respondent conditioning is happening constantly. Okay? No, you're fine, you're fine. You'll just be on YouTube later, don't worry. And Facebook, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so remember that respondent and operant conditioning, they're happening constantly whether or not you're focused on that animal. Okay, so the animal that you're working with, the cat that you're working with, of course that's easy to understand, right? Okay, we know. But then, it's also any cat that you walk by, okay? You also are having an effect on them. And so you want to be really aware of that. So if those cats are not very cat friendly, the last thing you want to do is take another cat grading past them on harness. And they're just sitting there like, isn't that cool? Why are you here? Okay? So I would recommend that when you take them in there, someone's working with those cats. Okay. And they could be, you know, it could be a variety. It could, or if you're by yourself, let's say you have to go by yourself, like at that moment.
That's why I want like a no cat area where I can take them.
You
So
should
right
have
now
that.
we could probably use cage 7 until we load that up again, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you definitely should have an area.
And they clean them. Luckily, they clean them well enough so there's not too much scent because sometimes
That's another
that'll,
issue. Yeah,
that'll,
that's another issue.
grab them too.
So,
especially this guy, he's got a good nose.
If you're by yourself, then what you can do is, at the very least, like you have your, you know, your treats, whatever. Okay, you're coming in, and you come in with him, and you toss some, you know, yummies in there, like a whole bunch. And then you just kind of hang out with him, doing your thing, walking past. Okay, next kennel, a bunch. Okay, next kennel.
Yeah, with Chelsea,
a bunch.
you could throw a whole
And
handful
you're-
of food in there, it'll be gone in 2 seconds.
Okay, doesn't matter. And then on the way back, right, on the way back, here's my kitty. Treat. 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 Okay? So I'm reinforcing both. I'm reinforcing those cats, and I'm reinforcing the one on the harness. And then, initially, I don't care what they're doing. Like, I don't care if they're growling or hissing or, you know, I don't care what they're doing. They're getting paid. Why? Am I working on operant conditioning or respondent conditioning?
Operant.
Close?
And then it must be responding.
Yay! Only one away! You were half right.
Yes.
Because what I'm not saying now, if you sit at the front, that would be operant. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm saying what does name again? The kitty with the big nosy?
BW.
BW? Okay, so when BW is coming in and you see him, good stuff happens. There you go. You can be doing whatever you want. I don't care. Just at us. I don't care. There you go. You get it. Right? Now BW is also working respondent because he's like, there's that cat that always hisses at me, scares me. Oh, I get paid for it. Oh, okay. So it's respondent. And then that's operant.
Chances are he's going to get what you don't get into the cage.
Yeah. So, I know. Believe me, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. You're gonna be like, down, and
Yeah, there's his reward.
So maybe look at the Gap, or I know with the dogs, you guys have the awesome. Do you guys still have the awesome little tubes?
Yeah, they've got
those.
Those
are genius, by the way. They're genius. Busch Gardens has those in the tiger exhibit and stuff. And I'm like, did you train them to come over here? And they're like, yes, we did. That's awesome. I'm like, I know a shelter that does that. Oh yeah, come through. Okay, so you could do that with some of these too, like maybe even, you know, like in, I don't know, a couple spots. You have the little tube, so it's easier for you to, you know, put the food in, you know, whatever, however would make it easier for you guys. But that way,
his number is 58.
okay, see how frustrated he's like, I do not know what this lady wants. Okay, he does not have any idea what you want. Okay, so I would stop. So stop and just have him, haha, you're awesome. Have him on the ground follow your point. Okay?
And look, he went right back to the food bowl.
Is he hungry? Is he hungry?
Yeah.
That's a displacement behavior.
All right.
Yes.
So when we think that, like the ones in the condos, when we pet them and are giving them attention and then they go eat, we think, especially the ones that aren't good eaters, that's a good thing, but it's frustration, isn't it?
Well, I won't say it's always frustration, but it's a displacement behavior.
Okay.
And that means that there's some, you know, emotion going on that they're just, yeah, go ahead. There's some emotion going on that they're like,
I'll take him back.
I'm going to go eat. And that kind of lets that emotion out.
I do that, right?
Humans do that. Exactly, we do it too.
Yeah.
Or they'll go and scratch the scratching posts. You'll see that a lot too, like, oh my god, scratching posts.
But that's okay, we just understand what they're doing.
Yeah. Now, you want to interpret what that emotion is as closely as possible. We don't ever know exactly what the emotion is, right? We don't know. We don't know with another human exactly. Okay, but we can kind of say, go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
You can listen too. That's fine. We don't know exactly what the emotion is, but then what we do is we take the context.
You can go right by.
Okay? The context is that we're having a training session. Something keeps happening, and then he keeps leaving and going to the food bowl. And so what we need to then do, and it's sometimes, and it's really hard when we are doing it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
It's easier for the observers to say, well, what's happening is you're moving your hand forward, and that's when he gets up and leaves and goes to the food bowl. Okay, so video is key. If you can even, you know, like set video up on your tripod and video yourself, you're gonna go like be amazed. You'll be like, I cannot believe I did that. I can't believe it. Like, how in the heck does the cat ever figure out what the heck I'm even talking about? You know, or you know, if you guys can sometimes work in teams to help each other learn, and then you'll become body aware of that, and then you'll be like, oh, there it was, I moved my finger forward and he wasn't ready. Right.
So is it better then to go back and take shorter steps for him?
Yeah. I would go back and clean it up by, okay, where was the miscommunication? Where was the frustration? Okay, it was when I moved my hand forward. So I need to figure out, how do I make that cue more clear to the cat? What I
think to
want.
shorten it up, start shorter distances, and then just keep increasing.
Yeah, and then I would say, like, okay, where is the confusion? You want to analyze that. The confusion for him is between what's a stationary behavior, like go to this spot, and what is a follow behavior.
Okay.
Go, but keep going when it moves forward. So follow the target rather than go to the target
I
and
don't even know
stop.
how we would differentiate between that.
How would we? How would we?
I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so,
With the cue, right? You would use
yeah,
a stationary cue as opposed to
A follow.
right,
Yeah.
movement cue. But how do you teach it? Where, and this is where clicking is so awesome. Where does the click happen for a stationary behavior? A stationary target. So if we're doing target.
when you get there,
Yeah.
and you stop moving.
Well, as soon as they touch that with their nose or paw, or, you know, whatever you're targeting, they touch it, click. Okay? Where does the follow happen?
After the click.
When they've gone past your.
As they're moving.
As they're moving.
Okay.
Yep, as
Not
they're
when they
moving.
get to your endpoint, but as
You got
they're
it.
moving.
And that's where food placement can be really good too, right? So, ready, I want follow instead of stationary. Now, you always teach stationary first because
Yeah.
it's like easier with the new kitties. Doing a prop behavior like that is one of the best ways to start. Okay, so we've got it. And then what I'm going to do maybe is kind of, okay, I'm going to show.
Yeah. Come on.